Dakota is up there. Honeybee and Dad are here, and Odie's right there. Hold on. You're gonna look at me. Are you mad at Dad? He's mad because I took the toy that the pup prefers away from him. He thinks that's his toy. He thinks every toy is his toy. But we just decided to jump on and say hi to everybody, didn't we, Ode? Huh? He is a good puppy. He's just an old boy that's stuck in his ways. Oh, is that so? Are you going to talk some more? What are you doing? Are you being a good boy, Ode? Hello, welcome to everybody that's joined the stream. We decided to do a third live today, so here we are. This is Honeybee. She's playing with her toy. This is Odie. He's an old Australian Shepherd. He's 10 years old. He's been with me going on 6 years, so he's stuck in his ways and he's very protective. He's my best bud, though. He's been with Dad for a long time. He knows his place, don't you, Odie? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Who's a good boy, Ode? Are you a good boy? Are you a daddy boy? Who a daddy boy, Odie? Are you a daddy boy? Huh? He's definitely my best friend. Even though I can't go anywhere, I can't go take a shower without him. I can't go outside. I can't do anything without him. Hey, Taz. Good to see you again. That is Odie. He's the best of the best. He's 10. The sad thing is, Australian Shepherds only last in about 12 years. And he's definitely got gray from the time that I've had him. He's a red merle, but he's grayed up a lot. So he's up there in age. But he loves his dad. Yeah, that really does suck. When you get a good dog, it's hard to find. You know, they say dogs are a man's best friend, and Odie is definitely my best friend. So that's Mr. Odie's story. And then there's Honeybee. Um, of your cat, yeah, cats generally don't live as much long as dogs do. But if I say the word RIDE, he's on point. He's ready to go. I can't touch my car keys without him. But you can see there's Honeybee. Honeybee is Chow, German Shepherd, and Husky mix. She'll turn 9 tomorrow. I just got her last Wednesday. I picked her up at 9:30 and she was at the vet by 11:30. She did get a good report for her first puppy check and she did get her first shot. And you can see that she loves to play. And she really hasn't had too many accidents in the house because she goes out with Odie and Dakota and they kind of show her what to do outside. And she goes out every time the big dogs go out, she goes out. Even though when it's super cold, she doesn't like going outside. And then you have Miss Dakota. She all tired. She's sleeping. Dakota is going to be 6, and she's a Alaskan Malamute, full-blooded. Just doesn't have papers because her and Odie, believe it or not, were both bred by the Amish. And Amish don't register their pups. So that kind of sucks, and it would cost me too much to get them both registered. Dakota was in rescue because she was super dominant over the people that had hers grand Alaskan Malamute. So they gave her away because she was too dominant. But I did get Dakota for free. I had her for about 3 weeks, and I broke her of being so dominant. Now she's just the biggest love bug you want to meet. She's very vocal at times. She's being quiet right now, which is very unusual. If you're watching, please hit that like button for the puppies. This channel is about my dogs and for them and them alone. We are not currently monetized. When and if we ever do, every penny will go to the dogs for treats and or toys. The pups do have about an acre of land to enjoy, to run around. It is fenced in and gated and locked. So I don't really have to go out too much with the dogs, even though I do. I go out every time they go out. Exactly, Taz. Being rescues, I give them their best life. I treat them like they're my kids because they are my kids in many ways. And what's funny is when we go for the RIDEs, they both have their assigned seats and they get in and they get in their seats. They don't argue, they just hop in and get in their seats. They're very, very spoiled. Hello, Amanda. Amanda, that's Honeybee. She will turn 9 weeks tomorrow. I got her last Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning, and she was at the vet by 11:30 to get her first shot and puppy check. She is Chow, German Shepherd, and Husky mix. And her name is Honeybee. The reason being is she's got an all tan body, and her tail is black, like a bee stinger. So I call her Honeybee. She has all the food she wants. It's right behind her in a bowl. All she has to do is go over to get it. She's been eating all morning long, so she's probably not hungry right now. She's just playing. Yeah, she does shake her ass. But Amanda, this is Mr. Odie. He's my Australian Shepherd. He has a Dachsh's tail, and believe it or not, his name is Wigglebutt because when he's happy, his whole ass shakes. There's no other way of putting it. Yes, he's a 10-year-old Australian Shepherd. He is also a rescue. Well, he's very much an Australian Shepherd. If he's asleep right now, so and he's a red merle. If you know anything about an Australian Shepherd, he's a red merle. And if you want to throw a ball, he will play fetch all day, every day. I finally, after my shoulder started hurting after 3 days of throwing that ball after I first rescued him, I went and got a Nerf gun that shoots the tennis balls. And so that's what I use. He's very much a daddy's boy. He's very spoiled. He's my best friend. He is a rescue. When I did pick him up from the people that were getting rid of him, he hopped out of their car, walked up, stiffed me, gave me a high five, and I put him in my car and we went and got a burger and we went home and played fetch for over 3 hours. That was 6 years ago and he's still with me. Aren't you, baby boy? Aw. And then there's Dakota. I am single, so I don't need anyone's to agree. This is Miss Dakota. She's a Australian. She's a Alaskan Malamute purebred. As you see, she's very beautiful. Yes, my dogs are my family. They are very much spoiled and loved and well taken care of. Well, interesting, or if you know it or not, all dogs are actually part wolf. But yes, the Aust- the Alaskan Malamutes originally were part wolf. Yes, I know a lot of people from YouTube. Taz and I met on a few channels like The Expert. If you don't know who The Expert is, I would recommend tuning in on Friday night. He's he went to school to become a lawyer and he's part of the law tube. Oh, she'll go back to the shoe. She bounces around. I'm surprised she's not attacking Odie or trying to get to Dakota. And they'll put up with her for a little while, and then they'll correct her, and then she'll go crying in her cage. Or kennel. Whatever you want to call it. It's both. What? Who are you barking at? Are you barking at Dad? Huh? You are. Are you being a good girl? She's been a really good girl. She's picking up potty training really quick because I take out the dogs about every hour, hour and a half to 2 hours, and she goes out with them. And I let the dogs show her what's expected. And she's been picking it up really quick. She jumped at me, and Dakota didn't like it. Uh-oh, here comes the enforcer. Now you done it. You woke up your sister. Be nice, Dakota. She didn't. She wasn't gonna hurt me. Dakota's very protective. If you don't see that, that's why she's trying to get between me and the pup. Now Dakota's trying to give me a hug. Okay, I love you too, big girl. You know Dad love you, don't you? You love your dad. Thank you for the kisses. I love your kisses. Yes, I do. Ho, 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 ho. She barking at you. She barking at you. Dakota, she barking at you. Why? You barking at Dakota? Dakota is still trying to give me hugs. She loves me to no end. And back to her squeak toy. Dakota, are you being a good girl? Are you a daddy girl? Huh? You a dad girl? Are you a dad girl? You are, aren't you? See what I mean? She's very, very lovable. She's loving on me even now. What? Oh, you giving Dad a hug again, Dakota? Oh, ho, ho. Was she jumping towards Odie and you didn't like it? She loving Dad. I wouldn't mess with her. Oh, you protecting Dad. I know. That puppy ain't gonna hurt Daddy. No, that puppy ain't gonna hurt me. That puppy ain't gonna hurt Dad. Yeah, I know, Dakota. You a good girl. Can you sit? Sit down, baby. Sit down. And as you see, she's sniffing on Odie and she kisses Odie all the time. She takes care of Odie. Odie's her best friend. Before we get to Pup, they were together. So they get along really good. They do have their little fights every now and then, such as last night. But they're good puppies. And back to the shoe we go. You gonna get up there? Come on, get up here. Up, up, up. So my dogs are my family, and they all are treated very equal. The pup does get to go to the stores with me. I'm trying to get her socialized. And as soon as the flea markets and whatnot start up, she will be going to those with me as well. She's been a good puppy so far. Not too many accidents in a week. We got her last Wednesday, and she's had a few accidents here and there, but for the most part, she goes outside and does her business with the other pups. This is just one of my old shoes, and I don't care if she chews on it. Because the only time I really use it is if I go out to mow the lawn. That's what I do, is I take my old shoes and use them for that purpose. And I have several pair. You throwing that shoe around? Huh? You throwing that shoe around? You throwing that shoe around? Huh? Get that shoe. Get it. Honeybee, get that shoe. We go to flea markets. We go to all the farmers market as well. Um, she will be going on a harness when it arrives. I just have the temporary collar so she gets used to having something on. Go to car shows. I just want to keep her so she's very much socialized. And as you see, Dakota's still cleaning Odie. They do love each other even though they have their arguments. Typical siblings, they have arguments. They share the house, but they have arguments. And both of them have serious separation anxiety when I leave the house. They will play together 20 minutes after they have an argument. It's really weird. Um, yeah, we get our biscuits from Menards because they have a really good deal on them. We get the large biscuits, and they go through 2 bags of biscuits every month. They go through about 50 pounds of dog food every month. But I don't care. I love them, and they love me. Now Dakota is giving me kisses. Does Dad pass Dakota? See, that Dakota. That my baby, aren't you? You daddy girl. Oh, back to giving Nody kisses because Dad pulled away. But usually, if they get into it, I have to take them in the truck. And they both love going for the rides in the truck. So I'll have to take a biscuit and then for them each and bribe them not to argue. And then once the truck's in gear, if they growl, I tell them they're going to go home, and they usually stop growling. When they're good, we go get a slider or something from like Arby's, McDonald's, Burger King. If I say burger, they both look at me. Watch this. Odie, you want to go get a burger? Oh, Dad said your favorite thing. See, now they're both going to go to the door because they think they're going to go get a burger. You what? What? You want to give Dad hugs? Oh, I know, Dakota. You a love bug, aren't you? You Daddy love. Look at my love. Get Odie, not Dad. Oh. See, she's always kissing Odie. Always. The other night, Odie got in trouble for something, and I was talking to Odie, and she got in between us and started kissing Odie to protect him. What? Stop it. You be a good girl. You be a good baby. She's giving me another hug, so. Hey. What are you doing? What? Sit down. Sit. Dakota, sit. Dakota, you be a good girl. Oh, you're... What? Are you talking? What are you talking? Oh, you got a voice? Oh, I know you love Dad. I know, Dakota. Sorry that the camera's all out of view. Oh, she talking. That puppy talking. Are you talking? Honeybee, are you talking? Do you love Dad? Oh. What? Did she go after your tail? Oh. Oh. No, she just went after Dakota's tail, and Dakota, when she's in dad mode, she doesn't want any other dog touching me. She doesn't want any other dog touching her. She's in dad mode right now, so she loves her dad. You can tell because she stands very, very close to me. She's probably less than 6 inches from me. Oh, she wants to play. She wants to play. Oh, Dakota says, I don't want to play right now. Oh, yeah? Are you talking to your sister? I don't think she wants to play, Honeybee. I don't think. Come on. Honeybee. What? What? What are you doing, Honeybee? Hi, Odie. Odie, can you sit down? Odie, can you give Dad a high five? All right, that's a good boy. How about How about shake? Good boy. That's cool that she has the Nike mark. But you see, Odie is a very loving dog. He loves his dad. He watches dad all the time, don't you? Sit down. You can sit down. Sit. Lay down. Okay. You want your belly rub. Huh? See what I mean? Odie is all about dad all the time. He has to be near dad, see what dad's doing. They're very much loved and spoiled. Odie is big time spoiled, and he's been that way. Like I said, his nickname is Wigglebutt because he does have a duck's tail. And then once in a while, I call him Odode. He's the old boy. And you can tell with the older dogs, they are all about dad. They have to be up with dad all the time. What you doing, Dakota? Thank you. But they're very spoiled. Leave Dakota alone. You leave Dakota alone. Dakota gonna put you in your place. I'm gonna tell you. She'll put you in your place. Back to kissing on Odie again. You can't tell Dakota love Odie. And she's sitting there wagging her tail. You love your Odie, huh? Can you paw? Paw? No, you give dad a paw. Paw, Dakota. Paw. See? Oh, she messing with your Odie? No, it's okay. It's okay. I know. I know. They're okay. That puppy okay. She ain't gonna hurt your Odie, okay? She ain't gonna hurt Odie. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her. Oh, she's coming after Dad. Yep, there it goes. See what I mean? She's very protective of Dad. And she's very protective of Odie. As am I there, Taz. I'm very much an animal lover, as you can tell. These guys were rescues, and both of them, the older two, you can tell, are very much all about Dad. As you see, they have to be almost on top of me. And you can see Dakota's kissing again. She's a love bug. Oh, yeah? Are you talking? Are you talking, Honeybee? Honeybee, are you talking? Honeybee, are you talking? You gonna talk? Oh, yeah? What? Oh, Honeybee. You are such a... And surprise, surprise, she shows me her tummy, meaning she wants belly rub. And as you see, she gets a belly rub. That's awesome that the dogs were able to stay in the family. And I've already told my two sisters if anything happens to me, my dogs all stay together and they go to the same house. And they have to go to a family member only because they are family. Honeybee. Oh, what's she gonna get you? Oh, she giving you kisses, Ode. She wants to play. Dakota. She. What? What's your baby doing? Oh, the puppy says. Oh, honeybee, don't do that in front of Dakota. Oh, Dakota, love it. You loving Dad. Sit down. You love Dad? Don't mess with Dakota. What? What? Are you barking at? Oh, you trying to get Dakota's tail? She gonna put up with it for so long, and then she gonna get you. Oh, I know. Is that puppy messing with you? Dakota's literally 6 inches from me, and so is Odie. Does that tell you how much? People pop in, people pop out. Yes, they all do. This is the spoiled one. You can't tell she's not spoiled, are you? You don't stink. You don't stink at all because you're not spoiled, are you, Dakota? You just stink. You stink big time because you are the spoiled girl. You a spoiled baby, aren't you? And what's funny is it doesn't matter if it's Dakota or if it's Odie who gets in trouble. The other one comes up and goes into love mode like, Dad, don't punish her. And you can see that Dakota has a little scar right there. That's from Odie and her getting into it one day. The pup's overeating currently. I don't regulate how much they eat, but as a treat, about once a week, I do get pumpkin and give them each the same amount because pumpkin is very, very, very good for dogs' digestive system. Now, if I make squash, which I do on a regular basis because I love squash, this little girl, as soon as it comes out of the oven, if I'm not watching it, she'll steal it and eat it. She loves squash, which I don't mind because, like I said, squash and pumpkin are very, very good for dogs. And then every now and then I will make them their own dog food. I'll take a chicken, boil it, put white rice in there. I'll put carrots. I'll put spinach, which is really good for dogs. I just chop it up really fine. And then if I'm really in the mood, I will make homemade dog treats, which are very easy to make. You take like the oats that you make oatmeal with. You can put apple in there. Now, if I have an apple and if I'm eating an apple, Dakota and I eat the apple together. She loves apples. Put peanut butter in with your applesauce and put a couple of eggs in to bind it together. There's all kinds of stuff you can, natural stuff that you can give dogs. When I make their homemade dog treats, I can eat them because they're food. They're literally what we would eat as well. You can put pumpkin, peanut butter. They love when I make them. Dakota will go wild and she'll beg all day long for a dog treat because she knows they're homemade and they're good. So don't be afraid to try making homemade dog treats sometime and try them out on your dogs. You'll be surprised. There are several recipes online. But Dakota's favorite thing, believe it or not, is I do the hack online of the chicken noodle recipe for Olive Garden. What I do is I go to Aldi and I'll get their Olive Garden's creamy Italian dressing and cream cheese and follow the hack online for Olive Garden's dish, and it's awesome. Stay back. Well, believe it or not, um, Dakota came out of Bay City. Odie was actually under quarantine when I found him. He was in Isabella County, and what had happened is the family that had him lost their jobs at the start of the pandemic, and their daughter wanted to have a sleepover, which they did, and one of the little girls was running through the house, and the Australian Shepherd and him nipped at the heel of the one little girl, and she went home and told her parents Odie bit her. Odie at the time didn't have a valid rabies shot, and so Isabella County put him in 14-day quarantine, and he was scheduled to be put down the next day. I found him the ad at about 3 o'clock. This when I was living in Owasso. I drove up to Mount Pleasant to pick him up. And this is before the hands-free law went into effect, obviously. I went and I called every vet from Traverse City all the way to South Bend, Indiana. Couldn't find anyone to give him his shot. I called Dr. Poole's office 4 times. And on the 4th time, Miss Diane had me on speaker, and I heard Dr. Poole in the background talking to some guy. I didn't know anything. And Dr. Poole, when Diane said, "Sir, I've told you 4 times that we can't help you." Dr. Poole said, "What's he wanting?" And she told him. And I heard the guy in the background goes, "Yes, I know that case. That dog's scheduled to be put down tomorrow." And so Dr. Poole said, "No, you come to my office now." And he walked out in the parking lot and gave Odie his shot in the back seat of my truck as the guy that he was talking to observed it, and he happened to be Isabella Animal Control. He goes, "Well, I'll go back to the office and tear up the quarantine because I know he's got it because I witnessed it." And Odie's been current ever since, haven't you? All my dogs are current. The only one that doesn't have the rabies shot yet is the pup. She's too young to get it. They won't give it until she's 6 months. So about 90 more days. So that's how I got Odie and where he came from. And then the pup actually came out of the Clare area. I actually met them at Wetbeck's. If you know anything about Clare, that's the grocery store in Clare. And I met them in the parking lot there. You gonna bite? You gonna bite? You gonna bite? And the family that had Dakota, like I said, they lived in Bay City, and their family lived down in the Royal Oak area. But I met them in Flint to get Dakota. Interesting fact was when I first got Dakota, she didn't want anything to do with me. She got in the back seat and she wouldn't even look at me. Oh, you better leave those puppies alone. So you can tell that I have a soft spot for my dogs. And if I found heard of a dog that was in distress or mistreated, I would gladly take him in, even though I already have 3. I've even thought about becoming a foster parent to dogs. But I don't know if I could ever return them to the system. That's one thing I vow is every dog I take, I do not return them to the system. Meaning they will not be up for adoption again. And you can tell Odie is very much loved by Dakota. She's always doing this. I know that is an awesome sign. She loves her Odie. And Odie loves her, even though sometimes he acts like he doesn't. But you can tell you love Odie, don't you? You love Odie. Aw. You love Odie and Daddy, don't you? Aw. You love your dad. Oh, you gonna hug on Dad again? I love you too, Dakota. You know Daddy love you, don't you? The only time I don't love you is when you start shedding. Because when you start, Odie starts, and then Daddy has fur everywhere. Dakota is not fixed. I'm I have a hard time fixing a dog that hasn't had pups yet, especially because I've heard that it changes their whole person. Have I entertained possibly bringing Dakota? Yes. I want her to have at least one litter before she does get fixed. What are you doing? She's playing with the Mountain Dew box, ripping it up. Hey, puppy. Are you going to clean that up? No. But my dogs are my life. They're my family. And they both love Dad, especially this big girl. But Taz, as I was saying before, if you look here, up, and then it comes back down and then goes up to here, and the same on the other side, it's a perfect arrow. Can you see your arrow? I love Dakota's mask. That's what her facial markings are called. And she's definitely a good big baby. Are you a baby? Are you a daddy girl? Come here, Dakota. Nope, she's laying down now. And even Odie, he's a kisser. Then, Taz, you understand what the arrow means, right? A guy down the road, of course, I don't live very far from this Saginaw Chippewa Reservation where Soaring Eagle is. And he's actually part of the reservation or part of the tribe. He's seen Dakota and he said that's the sign of being a dominant woman. And she's definitely is dominant. Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to have a mess to clean up, see what I mean? She's over there just going to town. She's ripped that thing all apart. Well, Taz, if you know anything about the Chinese, the number 8 is considered highly lucky. Well, I'm the 8th kid, born on the 8th, and I was born in 64. And in my social, believe it or not, I have 5 8s. What? You want to... Ah. Odie's putting a barrier between me and the pup. He doesn't want the pup to play with me right now. Uh-oh, here comes the pup. Here comes the big girl. It's okay, baby. Hey! Let's get the shoe. Well, as you see, Dakota rules this roost. Even when Odie tried just to give me a kiss, this one had a fit. Oh, did he give Dad a kiss and you didn't like it? But she'll go over and kiss him now. Honeybee's playing with the shoe again. That's Honeybee. She's the newest member to the brew. The pack, whatever you want to call it. But Dakota rules the pack. Don't you? Are you the enforcer? Who's the big baby? Who a baby, Dakota? Yep, she knows that I'm her dad. She's very protective of Dad, aren't you? Dakota, do you love Dad? Watch this. Dakota, you want a biscuit? You want a biscuit? You want a biscuit? What do you say? Are you going to talk? Do you want a biscuit? Who wants a biscuit? She came up and gave me a hug. Your puppy getting too close to Dad, huh? You daddy girl. Oh. The puppies are getting too close to Dad. Is that what's up, huh? Actually, Dakota and Odie are both my protectors. Odie doesn't act like it half the time, but he's very much a guard dog, and he's very protective of me. He was with me. I stopped over with my sister. My sister only lives maybe 10 miles from me. I stopped over there, and when I went to leave, my sister went to give me a hug, and Odie went off in the car. Odie was not happy that someone was touching me. Oh. Odie's very, very protective. I can't let anyone even walk on the property without Odie trying to bust through a door. He's very protective of his house, his truck, me, and Dakota. If anyone's petting Dakota, Odie will go ballistic. Ooh. Oh. What? You eating that shoe again? You can't tell she likes to play with that shoe. And the strange thing is, she picked it out. So, being an old shoe, she picked it out. I'm not going to take it away from her. I think she smells my scent on that shoe. That's why she picked it out. And the funny thing is, Taz, if I go to like Walmart and when I come home, while I'm unlocking the gate and opening the gate, you can hear Dakota in here going ballistic. I haven't been to Detroit, Taz, honestly, in probably 3 to 4 years. Back when I was still working, I delivered golf carts throughout the state of Michigan, and we had several rentals that went out on a regular basis, and we had a couple of very famous families and organizations in the Detroit area that would rent our golf carts. One would be the Illiches. I'm sure you're familiar with the Illiches. The other is the Ford family. We did a lot of work with the Detroit Tigers as well as the Detroit Lions. I also have been in the tunnels below Ford Field and Tiger Stadium. A lot of people don't realize there's tunnels underneath both of those. I mean, deep, deep tunnels. I've driven golf carts down them. I've driven golf carts in Ford Field. I've delivered golf and driven golf carts in Tiger Stadium, as well as all the parking garages around Tiger Stadium. A lot of people don't realize that all the parking around Tiger Stadium slash Ford Field, since they're so close connected, are all the parking around those stadiums belong to a gentleman named Christopher Illich. Chris had his own golf cart built by the company I worked for. And I used to go to games at Tiger Stadium free of charge and park where the players parked. I also got to know a few of the players when they were playing for Lansing, such as Matthew Boyd and Daniel Norris. And I've been their personal guests as well at several games up in the players' suite. Well, a lot of people don't realize that deep underneath the city of Detroit, there are massive tunnels. The salt mines are under Detroit, and a lot of people don't realize it. And then in Kansas City, there's cheese tunnels where the government used to. It started out as a government warehouse for cheese back in World War II, and they left them, and now they're operated by the Kraft Cheese Company, where you can actually drive a truck underneath and they do load cheese in the tunnels. What's that puppy doing that you don't like? As you see, she's upset with the puppy about something. You upset with that puppy? Oh, she's getting Odie. That's what it is. What's that puppy doing? Oh, you need to leave those puppies alone. Oh, you protecting Dad? Are you protecting Dad? See what I mean? She gets right up here. She's literally right on top of me, protecting me. Oh, I believe it. A lot of people don't realize there is actually secret tunnels over in Canada as well that they used during Prohibition to bring over the booze. It's going to get blurry for a second, Taz. I got to stand up. I got to take them outside. Puppy just peed. Okay, let's go outside. I got to get my shoes on to go out with them. There goes one of the few cars that we see a day out this way. You got your ball, Odie. I'm not surprised. You're going to drop it so Dad can throw it? Drop. 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 Put it down. Put it down. You ready? You ready? Dakota, you better get over here. As you see, the pup's over there doing its business by the shed. There's where we have bonfires. Come on. Up. Come on. Let's go up here. Come on, Dakota. Come on, baby. Dakota, let's go. Get Odie. Get Odie. Can I have the ball? You gonna drop it? Drop. Drop. Ah! Drop. Come on. That way. Get up there. Get up there. Let's go. Hi, honeybee. What are you doing? Yeah, Taz, I have shorts on and I'm outside. Come on. Come on. Well, Taz, I stay inside most of the day, so if I come out, it's only for a few minutes. There's Miss Dakota. Let's go get a treat. Who wants a treat? No, I don't get sick. Come on, baby girl. Oh, you gotta go potty too? Gotta go, girl. You going potty? What a big girl. She going potty. You went to get her? Okay, let's go inside and get a treat. See, Dakota's even teaching her to go inside to get a treat. Let's go. Come on. Let's go inside. Come on, honeybee. You coming inside? There you go. Who wants a treat? And you ready for this, Taz? Sorry about my mess. I keep these up here because I call them my treats. All they are is crackers. And watch this. Set. 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 Do you want a cookie? Oh, there's your cookie. You want a cookie, Odie? And then we have to get one for the baby. All they are is crackers. Hello, Heavenly. Welcome to my chat. I haven't met you yet, but welcome. So you know these are my pups. Hold that. You want a cookie? You're gonna take it nice. As you see, she got a cookie and she took it. All the dogs think that the crackers are cookies, but they also do get cookies as well. And when I do mean cookies, they do get real cookies. They get sandwich cookies. So, like I said, my cabin is very small. But there is the baby. She is just 9 weeks old. The old man, he's 10. That's Mr. Odie. And then this is Miss Dakota. She loves everybody. I hate moving too. So how long do you have to actually move everything over? Taz just sold her house and she's actually moving to her parents' old house that is actually right next door. Be nice. Oh, is she too close to Dad? Is that what your problem is? She's so close to Dad. Well, in Michigan, basements are a godsend. Taz, April 1st, that's not bad. My cabin is an Amish cabin. It's one room, so it's like a efficiency, but it has a restroom and shower. Well, sometimes that's what you got to do is one room at a time. Don't get overextended. I like being in a small area. After I sold my house, I condensed quite a bit and got rid of a lot. And I'm not, like I said, I'm maybe 10 miles to the casino, Taz, and you know where that's at. I don't go a lot. I go in and I might spend $20 every 3 or 4 months. I don't have a basement or an attic. All I have is a crawl space above my kitchen. And this might be 20 feet deep by 10 feet across, maybe 12 feet across. But it's all I need. And then there's a shipping container next door that does have a wood stove in it as well. That's awesome. A month, 2 years ago, this coming May, I went to the casino and I thought I was playing Penny, Buffalo Revolution. Come to find out, I was playing nickel. And a friend of mine from high school come up on my left and asked me a question because I don't bet max. I keep my right hand to the right of the machine, and I was playing the corner one. Well, when they asked me the question, I recognized the voice, so I spun around to talk to them. I dragged my right hand, and I accidentally hit max. Come to find out, I was playing nickel. I got 4 of the coins, so it gave me 57 free spins. I ended up winning $5,848. But I had to pay taxes on that, but I got all of it back at tax time. Um, and about 2 years before that, I actually won about the same, but it was not all on the same machine, so I didn't have to pay it. Little Lou, hi, how are you? Welcome. Yes, this is actually made out so it's like a bedroom. It's I use it for storage because you can get those shipping containers now for like $2,000. The babies were just outside. She's tired now. Odie's tired, and Dakota's tired. You missed it. Dakota was giving me kisses like right and left. Taz witnessed it. They're all tired now that they went outside. They're all out cold. Little Lou, you want me to send all the snow your way and the cold temperatures? I'm not even sure how cold it is currently. I haven't checked lately. And as you see, Taz, Dakota is laying right next to me. Oh, come on, little Lou. You can take some of the snow off of our hands and all the cold temperatures. Last night it was below zero. The only thing good about being so cold, I put my Mountain Dew cans outside before I drink them, and it gets nice and cold. We'll share all of it with you. We'll send it all your way free of charge. Well, we are actually under an Arctic blast. It's really cold. And you missed it, little Lou. When I took the when I took the pups outside, Taz found out I was wearing shorts, and she was like, she went off about it. If you look back in the chat, well, thank God I watched the weather forecasts, and they're saying mid to early March it is supposed to be 40 to 50 here, and actually, the one forecast I did see next Monday it is supposed to be 41 degrees. So hopefully there's the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I bet. Well, I heat with wood stove, so and I do have a few space heaters. That way, during the cold, I don't freeze. All three of my dogs will climb under the covers with me. There's sweet Dakota. She's all curled up next to Dad. See what I mean, Taz? She doesn't go very far from me. She has to be right on top of me. Wow, what's 13 Celsius? We're on the imperial scale over here, little Lou. But yeah, Miss Dakota doesn't get very far from me. She's very protective of her dad. She loves her belly rubs. You want a belly rub? Oh, she's like, absolutely. I'll take a belly, Dad. That's always nice. But like I was telling you guys, this is Dakota's favorite thing. She loves her daddy bellies. No, Lou is actually from Scotland, right? That's what I thought. I thought I remembered you telling me that the other day. See, I do try to remember things about everybody. So please make sure you hit that like button and share, comment. Trying to get to 700 in the next couple weeks. We're at 633, I do believe, the last time I looked. But you can see Dakota's curled up right next to me. And she sleeps right there too. There's times that I get crowded out of bed by Odie and Dakota. They both think they have to sleep with me. Are you a big girl? Huh? You a daddy baby? Huh? But you can tell that Dakota's definitely a dad puppy. You a good girl? Huh? She's sleepy. But if I open that door, she would gladly go back outside. Huh? You love being outside. Little Lou, if Taz opens her door, she can show you almost Detroit. She's not very far. From where Taz is, she has to go south to get to Canada. But when you're in Detroit, Little Lou, Canada is actually across a river. Dakota's sleepy. Well, a lot of folks don't realize for us that live in Michigan, we go south to get to Canada just because the way it's arranged. And Windsor, Ontario is right across the river from Detroit. So it's not very far. Yeah, we have to go to uh, Canada to get to Alaska unless we take a boat or fly. Like we can be in Toronto from where Taz is. What does it take you? 4.5 hours, Taz, to get to Toronto? It's not very far. It's mental how the time zones work because with daylight savings time, it throws things off. And some states observe it and some states don't. And Mountain Time, Central Time, Pacific Time, it's all different. I'm the same way, Taz. I was an over the road truck driver. The only states I have never been in is Montana, North and South Dakota. I've been in every other state but Hawaii and Alaska. I've actually driven semi in Canada. I've driven to Toronto and I went in through Buffalo, New York. Oh, I was traveling a lot for work because being an over the road trucker, you travel all the time. And I actually delivered to California and I had to pick up in South Central. Well, Taz, I'm originally from Lansing where the Reginald Denning was the truck driver that was beat up during the Rodney King riots in Central South Central. And so when I was picking that load up, I was highly nervous because Reginald Denning is from Lansing as well. I made sure all the doors were locked. I didn't stay out of the truck very long. I couldn't wait to get out of California. I didn't like going to California. That's the only state I don't like. They cause a lot of their own problems. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Dakota must have got too hot. She's going over by the door. And the puppy's over there crashed out. I don't really agree with their politics out there, Taz. They cause a lot of their own problems. I'm not a very political person, but I disagree with our governor and the things she's done as well. Like the trip to Sweden she just got back from, that she took 20 of her campaign donors to Sweden. They spent $70,000 in 2 weeks. Where's the accountability? Lou, you would actually love the region that Taz and I are from. If you look at Google the Great Lakes, Michigan sits right between four of the Great Lakes. So there's a lot of water, a lot of islands, such as Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island is, I forget how big Mackinac Island is, but there are no cars allowed on the island. It's horse and buggy, bicycle, or you walk. You have to take a ferry boat over, and they're very famous for the fudge they make on the island. It melts in your mouth. It is delicious. You would absolutely love it. Also, Traverse City is very beautiful. And also, we have a settlement here called Frankenmuth, which is a Bavarian settlement. And it's 24/7 Christmas, 365 days a year. So it is literally Christmas in Frankenmuth every day of the year. They have the largest Christmas store in the world. Used to be younger. Yes, she is. Taz can tell you all three dogs were outside. She did her business. She came in and she crashed. She's out cold. And then there's Mr. Odie. He's out too. The only one that's still awake is Dakota. She just jumped off of where I'm sitting. She was right next to me and moved over to the door. Dakota, you want a cookie? Oh, see those ears pop up? Do you want a cookie? Oh, she'll come over to me now. You want a cookie? Say. Can you say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? Say hi. You want the cookie? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? You good girl. Oh, do you want a cookie too? What do you say? What do you say? Are you going to do your trick? Trick. He tried. He missed. Oh, look who woke up. Look who woke up for a cookie. Yes, I call them crackers cookies, and they love it. You want a cookie? You want this? No? Tell the ladies hello. Tell them hello. What? You want a cookie yet? You want a cookie? Yeah. You want that? You want that? Do you want a cookie? Are you a good girl? High five. Good girl. That's enough cookies, or you guys aren't going to eat your dinner later. No more cookies. You such a good baby. You a good baby, huh? Come on. Come on. Up. Up. Up, Dakota. Up. 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 Push me out of the way, huh? But there's the baby. She's finally awake. Now she's going to play with the ball for a little while. You can't tell these three pups are spoiled. Thank you, little Lou. I appreciate. Have a good rest. Sorry to hear that, Taz. Taz, I know Detroit quite well. My brother used to live in Livonia. And when I was delivering golf carts, I would have to go to Novi. Oh, okay. You meant the pup going back to sleep. Yep, she's already laying down and was trying to go to sleep when I went forward. Oh, Dakota, when I first got her, I put her in her kennel and back then I had a house that had a few bedrooms, and she was inside one of the bedrooms, and I shut the door when I left to go. I was just going to the store to pick up a few things real quick. I wasn't gone 20 minutes. When I came home, Dakota was sitting on the couch. Oh, Dakota's a runner. So is Odie. But they having the fenced-in yard, that helps. But yes, Dakota is an escape artist. If she wants out, she's going to get out. But look, how could you say no to that face? And you can really see her arrow now, Taz. If you look between her eyes, ladies, you can see an arrow. Well, where I keep their dog food stored in the restroom, and that way I can lock it. Dakota is such a good girl. She a daddy baby. She's hot. She wants to go outside. Oh, did I say the right word? You want to go outside? What? You want to go out? Okay, let's go outside. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, back outside. And yes, Taz, I'm still in my shorts. And better yet, I don't have shoes on either. And yes, I am standing in snow. And Odie wants to play. I know we're all surprised. Dakota, stay here. Can I have that ball? You want to play? And Taz, right there is the container I was telling you about. And there's the chimney for the wood stove. Drop it. And it's starting to spit snow flurries. Hi, Heidi. How are you? I was just telling the other ladies in chat that I am barefoot, standing out in the snow playing with the pups. And I am wearing shorts. Taz says I'm going to get sick. So, come on. You coming in? Come on. Come on. And I'm going to have to bribe Dakota to come in. She's outside. Watch how fast Dakota comes in. Oh, who it is? You heard the bag rattling, didn't you? Huh? You heard Dad get in the bag? Come on. Well, to show you what kind of biscuits they get these. They're about as big as my hand. Sit. What do you say? Are you a good girl? Can you take this nice? You promise? I gotta break the one for Odie, so Can you hear me now? Can you ladies hear me now? But as you see, Dakota wants to go back outside. She loves the cold temperatures. We're going to stay inside, okay? I know you're not happy about that. Well, hi, big girl. Did you go potty outside? That's such a good girl going potty outside. Oh, Dakota just found out she didn't eat all of her biscuit. So Dakota went over and helped her with it. Oh, oh, you talking? And little Lou, if we talked in Yooper, which is a dialect in Upper Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, you would have a very hard time hearing us. Most of the time, I run around in my sweats, and I don't even wear a coat. Of course, I'm going from the house to the truck to the store, back to the truck, back to the house. Uh-oh, she's gonna bark now. You barking at Dakota? Ow, that's my toe. That's my toe. Yes. Uh-oh. Well, Lou, not really, because I'm part Irish and Scottish, and German, and I speak a little bit of German. So nothing is really that far fetched for me. Like, I'll say a quick sentence that they would say if you went up to the UP and you were leaving. They would say, "Come to the UP, eh?" If you slow it down, it's basically you're telling you to come up to the UP. What are you doing, big girl? Oh, Dakota growling. You growling at the puppy? What? You growling? Oh. Oh. Are you a good girl? Dakota, do you like it when Dad talks to you? You like it when Dad talks to you? Look at her tail go. Thanks for popping on. Dakota is a daddy girl. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment, and share. We're trying to grow the channel to 700. We're slowly getting there. Dakota's in her heyday. Look at her smile. Now, Lou used to be younger is in Oregon, and that's Pacific time. So they're 4 hours behind us. Well, Taz, don't work too hard. Take breaks whenever you need to. Grab a cup of coffee or whatever. Thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate your support. Thank you. Hi, Taz has sold her house, and her parents have both passed, and they own the house next door. So she's moving into that house. What are you doing, baby girl? What are you doing? You staring down, Dad? What are you doing, big girl? How could you resist that face? That's how lovable Dakota is. She's the most loving dog you'll ever want to meet. You a good girl, aren't you? You a daddy girl. Look at those eyes. Look at those baby eyes. I know. Dakota, are you a baby? Hey, Dakota, you want a cookie? What? Dad said cookie? You're such a pretty baby, aren't you? She just will not leave that box alone. She's tearing it apart. I bought a Mountain Dew cube, and she's literally chewing the box apart. Taz, everybody hates moving. Well, hi, May May. Are you a good girl? You want that? What do you say? No, what do you say? Are you sure? Do you want that? You gonna do your trick? Trick. Good boy. Did you see Odie do his trick? You gonna try your trick again? Trick. No, trick. You know what to do. Oh, he purposely wouldn't do it then. He purposely threw it so he didn't have to. Sit. Hey! Sit down. Sit down. Well, that's cool. They won. Thank you, Little Lou, for tuning in. We appreciate. Well, I'm going to probably end the stream here in about 2 minutes. It's been 2 hours. I appreciate everyone tuning in and supporting our channel, supporting the dogs, and chatting. We hope you all have a blessed evening. And be safe. And don't get too stressed out. And remember to treat your fur babies to a special treat today. Mine aren't spoiled at all. But if I say the word, watch Odie, I'll say it. Burger. Oh, you know what a burger is? Are you wanting a burger, Odie? Are you hungry? Who hungry? Do you want a burger, baby girl? And the little one is just tearing that box apart. I'm going to have to clean up the mess here in a few minutes. She's just going to town on that box. Taz, that's awesome. I love the Civil War items as well. I'm a history buff, so I love stuff like that. And when I go garage sailing and flea markets, that's the stuff I gravitate towards. No. Come on, let's go potty. For you that don't know, I live in central Michigan. And this is what I look at when I open my front door. We're out in the country / woods. Dakota, come here. You want a cookie? And Taz, just for you. Shorts, no shoes. In the snow. Are you a baby? Look at the big Odie. Go get the puppy. Taz, I appreciate you tuning in and your support and your comments. Make sure if you just tuned in to hit that like button. It's free. It shows some love to the dogs. Yes, I am out walking in the snow. And here comes Odie with his ball. I don't listen to anybody. My mom always called me her perfect angel. She said that I was her perfect angel when I was sleeping because I wouldn't get into trouble. Odie, it's too cold. I gotta go inside. I gotta go chase down Dakota. Who wants cookies? Cookies? Dakota! Dakota May! May! Cookies? Cookies? You want a biscuit? I'm getting biscuits. Biscuits! Biscuits! Watch, she'll come running because she thinks she's gonna get a biscuit. Watch. Who wants a biscuit? You want a biscuit, Odie? You want one? What do you say? You want a biscuit? Who wants biscuit? And the scary thing is, Heidi, she knows the way. Because I'm not that far from her cabin. I gotta go out and see where the pup is. Everybody else came in but the pup. There she is. She's out in the deep snow. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Why are you sitting in the snow? Why are you sitting in the snow, baby girl? Huh? What? What? Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Heidi, Taz is actually in the Detroit area. So, yeah, you're not very far from her at all. Heidi's in northern Ohio. Barely in Ohio. Had to get the baby inside. Yeah, you guys are close enough to schedule lunch or grab coffee or something. Oh, the pup's barking. She loves that cardboard. I don't know what it is. Are you being a good girl? I don't have any cookie. You've been so spoiled. You've ate a lot of cookies today. You've already had like 5. Plus you had cookies. You had cookies, didn't you? Did Daddy give you cookies? Are you a good girl? Do you love Dad? What do you say, Dakota? Do you love Daddy? Talk. Do you love Dad? What do you say? Do you love Dad? Who loved Daddy? Do you love Dad? Oh, look at those eyes. You love Daddy. Look at that smile. Look at that smile on Dakota. Dakota love her dad. What are you doing? She goes back to the... Oh, she found something to eat. I'm going to go about 8 more minutes, make it 2 hours, 15 minutes. All right, Taz, you have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for your support and comments. Always have a good night. Don't get stressed out. And give your fur babies a nice hug. What? Look who's here for Daddy. Oh, you giving Dad a hug. Aw. She's right up against me. Dakota's such a good baby. You want to come up? Come on. Come on, Dakota. Come on. Up. Up. No? You don't want to come up? Are you a good girl? Mm-hmm. Mwah. Dakota is my love bug. Are you a good girl? You love your dad? You love Daddy? Huh? What's that puppy doing? Watch that puppy. Oh. Come on. Come on. Well, hi, baby. Look who decided to come up and sit with me. Well, hi. Bye, Taz. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. My baby. Aw, you daddy girl. Aw. The pup has a mind of her own. What are you doing? Are you playing? Are you being a good girl? Huh? You being a good girl today, huh? You kissing on Dad? Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate. Boom! You tired now? You all tired out? Huh? She laid down and now she's all tired out. Odie, just tired out. He's an old pup. He's out too. And then Miss Dakota is still awake, but she's right next to me. Aren't you? You're right next to Dad. You love Dad. The pups created a little mess I'm going to have to clean up in a little bit. Just trying to give these dogs their best life. That's what this channel is about, is the dogs. So if you just joined and you haven't hit the like button, please do. And it helps us get pushed out by YouTube for people to find us. So please hit that like button. I'd appreciate it for the dogs. The dogs are my life. I don't have any kids of my own, so these 3 dogs are my kids, and I love them as my kids. They're all spoiled rotten. Like I said, I'm giving them their best life. I rescued all 3 of them. And if you're thinking about getting a dog, I would suggest rescuing a dog and giving them a forever home. All 3 of my dogs are rescues, and I will not return them back to the system. They will always be my dogs. Odie was my very first dog. He's now 10 years old. He's been with me for 6 years. He's an Australian Shepherd, purebred, no papers. He was bred by the Amish. Dakota was my second. She's a Alaskan Malamute purebred, also bred by the Amish, no papers. Honeybee, we just rescued last week. I picked her up at 9:30, and she was taken to the vet and got her first shot and puppy check done by 11:30. So folks, check out Winning Reality with Heidi, if you would. I believe in supporting all small creators. Also, if you've not heard of The Expert, I would ask that you check out his channel as well. On Friday nights, he has what they call Friday Night Live. It's not about anything. It's just they go on and have a good time and a lot of laughs. Mary, that is so true. Our dogs should be loved on. And as you see, Honey Bee is crashed out and she's leaning on my shoe. She's out cold. And Odie is sleeping as well, right next to her. And Dakota is right next to me. Dakota is the love bug of the group. Look at that face. How could you not fall in love with that face? She is very much a loving dog. She loves her people. If she met you, you would get a kissing attack immediately. All the dogs are so precious, and I'm glad I rescued every one of them. And if I came across a dog that needed a home, yes, I would also um, adopt them as well. But as you see, the puppy is crashed out. She did get to sleep half the night in bed with me, and she didn't have any accidents. She went out and did her business outside. She came in and got a treat. Not bad for 9 weeks tomorrow. I think the older dogs are helping her understand go potty outside. Plus, every time the older dogs go out, she goes out. And Odie's asleep. Odie's nickname is Wiggle Butt because if you've not been around the Australian Shepherds, their tails are doxed. So when they go to wag their tails, their whole butt shakes. So I call him Wiggle Butt. Oh, Odie, rolling over. You tired, Odo? Are you a tired puppy? Huh? All right, I'll have to check that out, Heidi. I appreciate you popping in and your support. He's 10 years old. He's an old boy. And the sad thing is, Australian Shepherds, their life span is about 12 years. When he goes, it's going to be very hard. But the older pups are very much spoiled. To show you how much respect I have for my pups, Miss Dakota, and then I have this, that a house is not a home without paw prints. Pardon my kitchen, it's a mess. I've been cooking. And then there's Odie. So they're not spoiled at all. Sorry to hear about your dog's passing, Mary. But when you're ready, you should look at possibly adopting either another border collie or I would even say an Australian Shepherd. Australian Shepherds are awesome dogs. They like to play, they like to run. And he's very much spoiled. Odie, are you a good boy? Odie, up, up, come here. You want this? Come here, get up, sit. You want to do your trick for everybody? Trick. No, you know your trick. Come on. Okay. Oh, he missed it, but he usually catches it. And to be fair, I have to give each of the other dogs one as well. You want this, Dakota? You want that? You want that, baby? You want the cookie? There you go. I call crackers cookies, and I love it. Did you get a cookie? Odie got a cookie, didn't you? Set. Set. Odie, set. High five. Good boy. Shake. Good boy. You can tell Odie's a smart dog. I don't even have to say sometimes. You know what that is. Oh, good boy. What about this one? Oh, you're going to shake? That's a good boy, Ode. Yes, Odie is very intelligent. He knows what bed is. He knows what sit is. He knows what stay is. Well, hi, Ode. He come up to give me a kiss. Are you a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who loved Daddy? Yes, Odie is a very good boy. Odie, are you a good boy? Aw, you daddy boy? Hold on. You a good daddy boy, aren't you? Who's that girl? Are you a daddy girl? Mwah. You can't tell my dogs are very well behaved and very much loved. And very much spoiled. They should stink, shouldn't they, Dakota? You should stink because you're so spoiled. And Honeybee is crashed out again. As you see, Honeybee is getting comfortable. And Dakota is a good girl. Can you paw? 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 Good paw. That's such a good girl. You are a good girl, aren't you? You know what paw is? How about high five? High five. Good girl. They're very much spoiled and very smart. Dakota is a daddy girl, aren't you? You a daddy girl? Huh? You love your dad. Huh? Like I said, my channel is all about my dogs. And I'm already starting to work with Honeybee with shake, sit. She will know all the commands that the other dogs know as well. Honeybee's collar is just temporary until we get her harnessed. And when I get her harnessed, we will be attaching a lead to it. I don't believe attaching a lead onto a collar because all you're doing is choking the dog. So once we get her harnessed, then she will get her lead. My dogs are not allowed rawhide. Rawhide is very bad for dogs. Please do not give any dog rawhide. If you are thinking about getting a dog or cat, please rescue. Please, please, please rescue. There are so many dogs currently that are in shelters because people got them during the pandemic. Then they went back to work and realized they didn't have time for them. I'm on medical disability. I was an over the road truck driver and I fell out of the truck several times onto my knees. So, therefore, I have to be very careful. And I do have um, degenerative knees because of it and under doctor care. I do get shots about every 3 months. They want to replace both knees at the same time. There's just no way. I do live by myself. My sister lives about 10 miles away, but her husband has had some severe strokes lately, and so she has her hands full. She doesn't need to be watching over me. So when I do go shopping, I usually buy all my needs all at once. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth. And I'm stubborn. I refuse to get a placard. I will still park my truck out and walk in the store. But once I get in the store, sometimes I'll take a scooter. But as you see, the dogs are very well spoiled and they're both out cold. All three of them are out cold. They're all sleeping. And thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Dakota's asleep by the door because it's cooler over there. Honeybee is out cold as well. And then Mr. Odie is sleeping as well. Odie is the first rescue I ever rescued, and that was 6 years ago, and he's been with me ever since. He's my buddy. He is about 10 years old. He is full-blooded red merle Australian Shepherd. Miss Dakota will be turning 6 on Easter. Absolutely. The best thing to do if you're going to get a pup or a dog or a cat is rescue them. Please rescue. I can't stress that enough. And if you do have a dog, please do not give them rawhides. Rawhides are very bad for them. Yeah, that's Dakota's favorite spot is by the door because it's nice and cool. Dakota will be 6 on Easter, and she was bred by the Amish as well. So she has no papers, even though she's 100% Alaskan Malamute. And then Honeybee is Chow, German Shepherd, and Husky mix. Also a rescue. The people that had her had no idea how to even start puppy train, potty training with her. But with me, the dog, she goes out every time the door opens for the other dogs to go out. And the other dogs have kind of showed her what to do outside. And they watch out for her, believe it or not. And all the other 2 dogs have finally started accepting her and playing with her. Oh, look at that. She's showing me her belly. That means she feels secure in the house. Anytime a dog shows you their belly, they feel secure. That's a great sign if your dog ever shows you that. She being a good girl, she's showing her belly. That's a beautiful sign for a pup. If you ever see that, that means the dog is very secure in the house. She knows her place. And for being here less than a week, that is a beautiful sign. That's an awesome sign, and I'm so glad to see it. Like I said, please do never, ever, ever, ever give your dog rawhides. I do recommend the greenies, I'm not exactly sure when Odie was born. I know he's about 10 and a half now. Odie was a rescue of a rescue, so his birthday kind of got messed up. I know approximate, but I can't say exactly. Yes, I recommend greenies instead of rawhide. Greenies is actually got things to help clean their teeth as well as a treat. Rawhide expands in their stomach and causes problems. So please never give your dog rawhides. Miss Dakota is a big baby. She's asleep. But this is actually making me very happy that she's showing her stomach. She's only been here a week and she's already showing her stomach while she's sleeping. If you ever see that in a dog, that means the dog is very secure in the household. There's Odie. This is Honeybee. She is tan with a black tail like a stinger is black. So that's why I chose the name Honeybee. And then this is Old Man Odie. He a spoiled daddy boy, aren't ya? Are you a daddy boy, Odie? Huh? Honeybee will be 9 weeks old tomorrow. And after she went out and did her business this morning, Mary, I let her back in and she went right to the big dog's dish, passing her puppy chow and started eating big dog food. You spoiled, aren't you? This is Mr. Odie. Can I have your wiggle? Can I have your wiggle? Daddy wants that wiggle. Can I have that wiggle? I want that wiggle. Can I have it? Can I have that wiggles? I want that wiggle, Odo. I want that wiggle. This is Odie. Odie's been with me for about 6 years. And he is my best bud, aren't you? He likes to play ball and fetch. You notice when I said ball, his ears perked up. Oh, he might be sleepy, but if I got a tennis ball and threw it, he'd go chasing after it. He a spoiled boy, and he knows it. Don't you, baby boy? You a spoiled boy? Odie, are you spoiled? You want to see his ears go up? Odie, you want a burger? That's awesome, Heidi. Um, he doesn't have a Kong, but he loves the frisbees. Anything that he can chase after and retrieve and bring back to you. Sometimes he'll act like he's going to drop it and then he goes running off with it. It's a game that he likes to play. Ain't that right, old boy? You want a burger? Oh, you see that face? You want a burger? Oh, you do want a burger. What about a ride? Oh, look at that look. He says, Dad, you said ride. No, we're not going for a ride. Dad was just messing with you. See, he does know words. He knows what they mean. Sit down, baby boy. Sit down. Sit. He likes his burgers. He also loves pizza. You like pizza, don't ya? This is Mr. Odie's house, and he knows it. You dead boy. Aw. Look at that smile on Odie's face. Odie loves the smile. He a good boy. You a good boy. Aw. Look at that smile. You smiling? Does Dad love you? Aw, you love Daddy, Ode? Come on, lay down. Lay down. You lay down. Good boy. Can't tell Odie is loved. And he's not happy at all. Can you tell? With that big smile he has. He knows that he has his best life, don't you? Daddy love you and take care of you, doesn't he? Does Daddy take good care of Odo? Huh? Wigglebutt, does Daddy love you? Do you love Daddy, Wiggles? Wiggle. Wiggle. Do you love Daddy? See, he doesn't even answer the Wigglebutt. If you notice, his ears perk up every time I say Wigglebutt. Wigglebutt. Oh, he knows. You smiling, aren't you? You have a good smile, Odie. You're such a pretty boy. I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, this is old man Odie. He a daddy boy. Aren't you? You a dad boy. Do you love your dad? Mm-hmm. Look at that smile. I see that smile, Odie. I see that smile. Look at that smile. You love your dad. I know. You can't tell Odie smiles quite a bit. He knows he's got his best life. Odie's first person that ever had Odie would beat Odie with his baseball cap. And I couldn't wear my baseball cap around Odie for almost 3 months before he finally got used to me not beating him with it. He was so afraid. I would like to find that guy and beat him with my baseball cap. Please do not abuse any animals. If you've got an animal that has a bad habit, I recommend what I do. Vinegar in a spray bottle. Just one quick spurt. They know what that means. And Odie is moving away because he's seen that I grabbed that bottle. They don't like the smell of the vinegar and they don't like it on their coats. And then you got Miss Dakota over there. She's sleepy. And then you got Honeybee. She asleep. Honeybee's out cold. The spray is if, like, last night, Odie and Dakota started getting into a little fight. So, one quick spray near their noses, they stopped their attitude right away and got along. They don't like the smell of the vinegar. That way, and also like Honeybee chewing on the couch, Honeybee, when she chews on the couch, I'll spray the area she's chewing so she gets that vinegar taste in her mouth and she immediately stops. I don't believe in hitting or disciplining a pup other than the vinegar and water. It's half vinegar and half water. I ran out of white vinegar, so I used apple vinegar. It's the same effect. And if you don't know, white vinegar is awesome to take out any smells or, like, say, honeybee was to urinate on a sock or carpet or whatever, white vinegar and water will take that smell out of that. Also, if you have a smoker or you smoke yourselves, if you put white vinegar, a cup of white vinegar in every load of your laundry, your clothes will come out whiter or brighter. Uh, a lot of people that use bleach don't realize, but bleach eats your clothes. Same with fabric softener. White vinegar will do the job of both of those. White vinegar will clean everything from your windows to your TV to you name it. And it is also a natural disinfectant. My grandmother cleaned with white vinegar, and so therefore I was around her quite a bit. So I learned to clean with white vinegar. So if you have a smoker, white vinegar will take the nicotine smell out of all the laundry. White vinegar can go in whites instead of the bleach. Your clothes will come out whiter, and they can go in your colors as well, and your colors will start to pop a little bit brighter. Wow, I dislike puppy mills 100%. And I'm up in Amish country, Heidi up near Clare, and I do a lot of business with the Amish, and they pretty much have stopped their puppy mills now. But now they're still breeders, but now they've got kennels and have started doing things the right way. That's right. You used to live in Alaska or or Arkansas. My bad. But like I said, I recommend giving pups and my dogs greenies. I'll get one and show you what they look like. This is a greenie. You know, he's already fixated at it. I'm going to put the phone down. It's going to get blurry for a second, but just hang on tight. You want the greenie? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Dakota? You want this? You want that? What do you say? Talk. Yes, she loves the greenies. All the pups love the greenies. And it's all natural and very good for them. And it cleans their teeth and gives and breath at the same time. So instead of rawhides, I give them greenies. And what I do is I'll take one and break it in half. You already had it. You already finished it? Wow. See, Dakota came back looking for a second one. So remember that. Buy greenies, not rawhide. As you see, my pups get treats after treats after treats all day long. You don't get one because you can't handle that many of them. You can't handle a big one. My problem is if I find out there's a puppy mill, I'll go rescue the puppies. And then I have all kinds of puppies. So that's a danger for me. I just want to get them out of that bad situation. I love my pups, don't I? Aww. Dakota and Honeybee getting her tummy rub. She says, "Oh, Dad, that feel good. I'm going back to sleep." Since they're big dogs, yes, I do. I buy the bigger ones. And I actually, the ones I get is an off brand, but they're still greenies. The smaller, now if I'm going to break one up, I might cut off a small piece and give it to the pup. But the pup, like I said, is already passing her puppy chow and going straight for the dog chow. So that's a good sign already. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. I lost connection for a second. So, and this pretty girl is a girl. She's been a good girl today. Yes, they can. They actually make a smaller version of them for them because they're all natural and they clean their teeth, so it helps with their chewing. They get crackers and I call them cookies. They don't realize that. See, Mary, right there, Heidi uses the white vinegar as well. So please try it. You'll find out that it works wonders. Like I said, if you know anyone that is a smoker, The white vinegar will also take out the nicotine smell out of clothes and clean your windows and whatnot. Oh, of course, because of the acid value if you go straight vinegar. There's Odie. Hi, Ode. Did you get a greenie? You love your greenies, don't you? Huh? This is old man Odie. He a daddy boy. Aren't you? You a dad boy? Are you wiggle butt? I'm gonna get your wiggle. Can I have your wiggles? I want that wiggle. I want that wiggles. Can I have your wiggles? He looked at me and said, Dad, you're crazy. Have my wiggle. Do you love your dad? You love Daddy, Ode, huh? Do you love Dad? Look at that smile. Look at those beautiful eyes and that smile. Who's the smiling boy? Do you love your dad, Ode, Ode? You love Daddy? Hey, you love Dad? He's like, Dad, you just being crazy. Yeah, Mary, once you try white vinegar, you'll never use any other chemicals in the house. There's no need to. White vinegar also cleans your coffee pot after so many times. I run white vinegar through my coffee pot once a week. Dakota, you're okay, baby. You want to see Odie? Odie, look. Here. Are you a good boy? Look at that smile. Odo's a good boy. And you can tell he's starting to gray a little bit. But he's the biggest baby you'll ever want to meet. At first, when he meets you, he comes off like he's super furious and dangerous, but he really is the biggest pup. Are you a baby? Hey, are you a baby? You a baby? Aw, you love your dad. You love Daddy Odie? Look at that smile. I love that smile, Odie. You give the best smiles. And Odie does give the best hugs. Every night he comes up and he'll put his head on my neck and give me the biggest hug in the world. And first thing in the morning, he does it again. Oh, the pup's... come on. Let's go outside and go potty. Pup's got to go out. So... Go. You can't tell I watch for when the pup needs to go out. And see, she come out and started to do her business. When you have a pup, you got to be aware of that and watch that real close. Come on. Stay here, Dakota May. Hey. You stay up here. Dakota, come on. Dakota May. Come here. Come here, Dakota. Come on. Come on. Good girl. See, she come right up to me. What are you doing, Odie? Dakota, you stay where I can see you. Well, at least I have shoes on now. I still have my shorts on and we're outside. Let's go get the puppies. Come on, Ode. Go get the puppies. Odie, Dakota, no. Go on. Go. When I was building the cabin, I had a porta potty delivered, and they still haven't come to pick it up. I told them I'm not paying for something I don't use, and they need to come remove it. And I've actually sent them a letter recently giving them until the end of this month to come pick it up, or I'll have it picked up by some other service and sell it to them. Look at the baby girl. Yuck. No, we don't do that. Dakota, come. So you see that the pups are get the venture, and then you can see the back gate. They have all this room to run. There's over an acre of land that's all fenced in that they can run and have a good time on. Who wants cookie? Who wants cookie? Let's go get a cookie. You want a cookie? Let's go get a cookie. Come on, Ode. Come on, honeybee. Come on, Odie. Odie, cookie. Who wants cookie? And there's the container that I use as storage. It does have a wood stove inside of it as well. Come on, let's get a cookie. Come on, let's get a cookie, honeybee. You gonna get a cookie? You want a cookie? Let's get a cookie. Come on. Let's go. Come on, honeybee. Come on, let's get a cookie. Who wants a biscuit? You want a biscuit? Come on, honeybee. You want a biscuit? And I do light up my yard with solar lighting. Come on, let's go in and get a biscuit. Come on. Let's go. Let's get a biscuit. Who getting a biscuit? Come on, go in. There she goes. Who went potty outside? Did you go potty like a big girl? What do you say? What do you say? Yes, I do actually. I have solar panels as backup, but I don't use that much electricity, so. And I do capture the snow melt and rainwater to garden my garden with, and have a water tank in the back water closet. Thank you. Odie is a boy. He is 10 years old. He's a red merle. He is full blooded. Hey, gamer, welcome. Please hit that like button for my dogs. Yes, he is 10 years old. They only live to be about 12. I did rescue him about 6 years ago. Pop went to jump up and she didn't like it. Sorry about that. You okay? You be good. You be nice to that puppy. Thank you. I appreciate that like. And Dakota is a Alaskan Malamute purebred. Also, uh, bred by the Amish, and so she was born onto an Amish farm. They don't register their purebreds, but I don't need purebreds. All I need to do is give them love. My newest addition is Honeybee here. I rescued her last Wednesday at 9:30. She was actually at the vet by 11:30. She checked out. Yes, my Australian's name is Odie, and he is a true Australian Shepherd and has his tail doxed. I'm using a uh, Samsung 24 Ultra. I'm going to be getting the 25 Ultra shortly, and I record everything on my phone. As you see, the pup's trying to bite my pinky. Can I have my pinky back? Thank you. Come on, Odie or Dakota, up. You want a cookie? I'll see if I can get the dogs to talk to you. Do you want this? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? How old am I? I am actually 60. And I rescued my pups, and they are my kids. I don't have any children of my own, so my dogs are my kids. And they're both, all three of them are very spoiled. Who wants a cookie? And I did. Nope, I am serious. I'm not lying about anything. I am 60 years old, have no children. So these guys are my kids. I rescued all three of them. This is Miss Dakota. This is Mr. Odie. And this is Miss Honeybee. I don't show my face because it's just a safety precaution. I'm very cautious about my privacy. Yes, I am 60. I was born July 8th, 1964. Well, after talking to several other content providers, and a few of them being in the law profession or have studied law, they advised me to keep a lot of private information private. Just like I have a P.O. box set up for the dogs in a city that I don't even live in. I drive to the city to check the P.O. box. That's Miss Heidi understands, and she doesn't live very far away. She knows approximately where I live, but she's not 100% for sure. And if you haven't tuned in to Captain Kern, Heidi, if you want to drop Captain Kern's information in on the chat, feel free. Captain Kern lost his daughter a few years ago. His daughter was brutally murdered by her boyfriend using her shotgun. And he's about to get released or something like that, if I remember right. Is that correct, Heidi? Also, if you have never tuned into Squid Pro Quo, I recommend her channel very highly. She's a very intelligent mom, stay-at-home mom that has to go back to work here soon because they just bought a house in Georgia. She's also a Navy vet. She married another Navy vet, and they have a beautiful young daughter who we call that Baby Squid. If you've never watched any of those channels, I highly recommend them. But Squid Pro Quo is worth watching. She is rather busy this week because they're moving into the first house they've ever owned. So she's done a lot of pre-recorded streams for this week. But another is Veteran Nation. I'm from a very military family, so I support our military 100%. I actually have two brothers that are buried in national cemeteries. So I highly support our military. My grandfather immigrated from Germany at the age of 1. He enlisted for World War I at Fort Custer in Battle Creek, Michigan, married my grandmother the next day, and went off to boot camp. There's a funny story he shared with us. When he entered the military, the doctor that did his entry exam kept pressing him for his middle name. Well, as German immigrants, he was never given a middle name. And the doctor kept saying, "Sir, everybody's given a middle name." He's always given a middle name. My grandfather took his pestering for a little while and finally looked up and looked at the eye chart, and the doctor kept saying, "What is your middle name?" My grandfather finally said X. He read it off the eye chart. So that became his legal middle name. He gave himself his middle name. His middle name was X, which he read off the eye chart. So we've always thought that was funny. My grandfather did live to be 96 years old, and the day he passed, he had mowed 6 lawns, and he was on the last one. That my grandmother died when she was 35, so my grandfather never had another wife. But he did have 6 older ladies that he mowed their lawns and would go over for dinners every now and then. And the last one was Blanche. Him and Miss Blanche had dinner at least once to twice a week. We called Blanche his girlfriend, even though he said she wasn't. My grandfather, after the war, came home and he was a horticulturist at Michigan State University. Even after he retired, he still held the keys to the greenhouse and he would go out and give lectures. And I very strongly support the military. If you love your freedom, think of that. I was actually at a local pizza shop this week and I had already paid for my pizza. I went out to the car and I noticed the car pulling in next to me had a military sticker on it. And the guy that walked in looked like he was former military. And I had already arranged to pay for his meal, his pizza. So we've been on for 3 hours. We'll go 3 hours, 15 minutes, which is about 55 seconds away. I appreciate everyone tuning in and supporting my channel and supporting the dogs. So thank everybody, each of you, Heidi and Mary. I appreciate your support. It means a lot to have friends like you. And remember, you're blessed. And someone cares about you every day. I'm from the old school. You give respect first before you get it. You give respect and it comes back to you. So, you ladies have an awesome night. It was nice talking to you and chatting with you. And remember, there's 3 pups here that love your support as well. Thank you very much. Have a blessed night.